I'll accept, but please give me a chance to serve you. So, in different kind of manners and different taking the help of different kind of words and pleadings, he tries to convince the that gentleman. But that gentleman is not in a mood to yield, and he says that my boot my boots are okay, and they my boot do not require polishing. But then God knows what happens, and he yields before the the pathetic request of this boy, and he is overcome by the tale of trials and tribulations which this boy narrates before him. This boy deeply tells about his family conditions, his plight, and he says that he is the only earning member in the family. He doesn't have any brother to support, he doesn't have any father, and since his birth, he has been suffering a lot in order to make his family take their meals. So this gentleman finally yields, and he says, "Okay, no problem. You can polish my boots." So this boy starts polishing the boots, and while polishing the boot, he does not stop talking. He keeps on talking about the difficulties, the different kind of tribulations and trials which he has to face daily, and the which he has to undergo daily. So the man is moved by his talks, and finally the polish session ends. Now the boy has finished his work, and meanwhile he has narrated his story or his life story in detail, nearly chewing every word and discussing different aspects of his life. Now, that gentleman, he asks he means this boy, that how much should I pay you? Because what you you charge your rate, you charge according to your rate. I don't want to give you less. So since he's a gentleman, and this boy, he has got this sharp wit and sharp intelligence, and he can just make out in his mind that here stands such a gentleman who will not deny him his share. So when that gentleman asks him that how much should I pay you according to your rate, and he says that don't charge half. You have done the full work. You have done the work wholeheartedly, and this is your right to get the payment. Then why should you charge half from me or from anybody else? But the boy says that now this is my compulsion, since I don't get work regularly and I have to feed my family members. So whatever I get, I accept. So in this manner, at least my family can eat one day meal, if not 2 days meal, if not two times meal. At least if we can get one time meal by that grace of God, uh, this will be the this should be enough. So, in case you wish, you can pay me the half, or uh, in case you are kind enough, and if you really desire, then you pay me full. And he tells about his charges, what are the charges apply. Now, this boy with a poor face, actually he's a poor fellow, but till then he's talking about his poverty and all these things, his his trials and tribulations. Now, when this gentleman has come in a mood to pay him, this boy hesitatingly uh, tells that well-dressed man that please would you be kind enough to lend me 8 rupees only, because this story has the title 8 rupees, and here we come across this word for the first time. And the writer Murlidas Melwani, he brings this term for the first time, and he puts these words in the mouth of this poor boy who has taken this avocation of boot polishing, and he says to this well-dressed man that you please lend me 8 rupees, and I promise to repay you at the earliest, because I am helpless and helpless, and I need this money urgently. So, if you don't mind, would you be kind enough to please lend me 8 rupees? Now, this well dressed man, who is basically good at heart and who takes everything for granted, he believes the words of this boot polish boy, and he says, why not? I would be happy to help you. Now, in case you need 8 rupees, so let me help you. And while saying this, this man, he draws his purse from his pocket and takes out a 10 rupee note, and he wishes to give it this 10 rupee note to this poor boy. But the boy said, no, I need only 8 rupees. You are giving me 10 rupees, and this would be hard to repay this much amount to you. So please don't give me 10 rupees. I got a work which needs the payment of 8 rupees only, and so you lend me only 8 rupees. Now, this well-dressed man, uh, he he becomes he gets surprised that how much honest this Polish boy is, because he thinks in this manner that if this boy had not been honest fellow, then he would have accepted 10 rupees, because what difference does it make if he takes 8 rupees or 10 rupees? So he thinks in his mind that surely this boy is a very honest fellow, and he has become a victim of his circumstances, which anybody can become in their life, and he needs this money, he needs these 8 rupees very urgently. So if I do this favor to him, uh, naturally he will feel happy, and my soul will also feel happy. So he says, no problem. You take these 10 rupees. You and don't worry about the repayment. Whenever you have, you repay, and it doesn't make a sense. If you become too late in repaying me, then also no problem. But this boy is adamant that you please lend me only 8 rupees. So this man, well-dressed man, this gentleman, he doesn't have any other option rather than to pay 8 rupees to him, and he takes out 1 rupee coins. He takes out 8 1 rupee coins from his pocket, and gives it happily to this boy, that you take these coins, you take these 8 rupees, and I am giving you very happily, and you don't worry about repaying. So, whenever you have got this money, this is my office, and you come here and you can repay me. Even otherwise, you need not worry, and you lead a normal life. In case you come across any other problem, then don't hesitate uh, in telling me, because this well-dressed man, he starts appreciating the honesty of this poor boy. Now, this boy accepts these 8 rupees humbly, and to reinforce his honesty, he says that, sir, what about my charge? So the well-dressed man, he asks, how much is your charge? So he says, this boy says, that my charge is 25 paisa only, and you give me this 25 paisa also. So this well-dressed man, he has never come across such a honest 16-year-old boy who is very particular in all these things, because he says that I want to accept 10 rupees. Now he is saying that you please pay me only 25 paisa and not 50 paisa. My charge is 50 paisa, but I have promised you to charge only half. So you pay me only 25 paisa. So very gladly, this gentleman, he pays 25 paisa, and this creates a good impression on him. Now he is totally overpowered. Will use this word. He is totally overpowered by the honesty of this otherwise poor fellow, who doesn't have anything to wear, and he is clad in a tattered shirt, in dirty shorts. He doesn't have enough to eat. He has got lot of responsibilities, family responsibilities are there, and he is so much honest that he will accept only 8 rupees and not even 10 rupees. And then, to add some flavor to his story, this boy, he says that, please give me the money of my labor also, and this is only 25 rupees. Now this man, he gives the money to him, and so the story moves ahead now. And when the story proceeds ahead, the boy holds the notes, and these notes are one coin rupees, and there are 8 rupees, and he looks very happy. This boy, uh, he looked happy, and he he can just come he comes to this conclusion. He is happy to note that really today it's an auspicious day for me, because uh, I have got my target complete, and this target is, it has brought 64 rupees to me. Now, when the story writer makes this statement in the story that today is the auspicious day, and today this feels happy because he has earned 24, he has earned 64 rupees. So, at once we cannot understand this mathematics, that he has asked this well dressed man that please lend me 8 rupees, and how this figure comes, how this figure of 64 comes. But then when the story proceeds, and the boy, he feels happy that today I have got 8 clients, and from each I have received 8 rupees. So in total I have earned 64 rupees today, because 8 into 8 is 64. So the mystic figure of 8, he has got 8 peoples today, 8 such uh, people who believed in his story, and they trusted on this boy. Now, and from each person, this boy demanded only 8 rupees. And